Hi, my name's Simon and I'm sharing my story of how I got to being alcohol-free after nearly 2 decades of working in the wine industry. I basically cut my teeth as a copywriter in that industry with some amazing people, some great mentors. And it wasn't until decades later that I kind of looked back on it and thought my realisation of the effect of the product itself had changed over time. And I kind of liken it now to thinking about tobacco. If there wasn't something to say about the wine itself or the winemaker or the region or the grape, it became about the occasion. And then it was easy to find a reason to promote why should you pour yourself a glass of this wine? Because you're celebrating, because it's a birthday, because it's an anniversary, because you're going to dinner. Because there was always a reason. Looking around as I go out and seeing the prevalence of alcohol advertising everywhere, bus stops, on buses, train stations, and the way in which it's advertised, where it kind of shows an idealistic scenario that has nothing to do with what alcohol actually ends up doing to people or making them do. Really opened my eyes to that, and I thought there's a big disconnect here in terms of the freedom that the industry is allowed to promote those messages in that way compared to the way tobacco has been monitored and controlled and is now regulated. What worries me is just the ability for alcohol companies to advertise in a way that can cause harm when there could be a way of doing it that gives people the choice to make their own choice when they have the information, the facts. I'd love to see that there was more regulation around alcohol advertising in terms of what's acceptable and what's allowed and how far the boundaries can be pushed, because I see them being pushed in a lot of ways. The community, I'm gay, I'm in the LGBTQI community. At big events like World Pride and Mardi Gras, the rainbow washing from alcohol companies is really disturbing to me. And I have seen a change in the way advertising is presented to people. Of course, now with more online advertising, and I think a few years back we started seeing that happening with, at first it was next day delivery, like order now and you'll get your alcohol the next day, and then it became pretty much next hour delivery. People are online 24/7 now. If they want something, they can get it delivered within an hour. That can be a big problem when it comes to something like alcohol. So I'd really like to see that alcohol is subject to the same sorts of regulations as other products that can cause harm.